Hey, welcome to another episode of Clapback. We're certainly happy for everybody to be here today in our studio. I did want to make an announcement for all of you that I just wanted to say thank you all for your support with our cruise, our 2021 cruise. We've had such a tremendous response with our cruise. We have had we've given out over, or not given out. We have sold over 300 units, and I have about 35, 40 left. I'm not sure if they're going to give us any more, but as of right now, that's where we stand. And so we want you to come be a part of our cruise. We want you to be a part of what we're doing. So here's what we're doing. The cruise line has given us some additional units. I don't have too many of those units left. We have, like I said, about 35 or so remaining. So if you plan on going with us, if you've ever thought about cruising, if you ever thought about going, you definitely want to get involved with this as soon as possible because we are making the necessary adjustments. Now, originally, it was $150 per person for your deposit. But because we've been doing so good, the cruise line has negotiated with us. We're only making you put down $25 per person, $50 per cabin to be a part of this cruise. And then you can pay on it and be done by January 27th. Now, in the event we're still in the pandemic, and we're going to talk about that in a moment. In the event that we're in a pandemic, of course, you're going to get your money back. So you don't have to worry about losing any money. You can either get a refund or you can use it toward another cruise. Okay. So whichever you choose to do, that's what you'll be able to do. So if you've never been on a cruise, you want to be on this cruise. We're going to be recording live. We're going to be live during our show, during those times. So we want you to be there. I want to meet you. I've had such an overwhelming response, excuse me, for this cruise from my social media accounts, from my Podbean, from my Castbox, other things that I speak on. I wasn't expecting, I was expecting a good number of people to go, but I was not expecting this many people to respond so fast. So if you do want to go, there are a few rooms left. Again, $25 per person, $50 per cabin. Now, you need to call 1-800-569-3913. That's 1-800-569-3913. If you are planning to attend and go with us, you want to make sure that you call that number, and you want to use code KEV21. That's K as in Kevin, E as in Edward, V as in Victor, 2021, and they'll make sure that you're included in our party. Now, we have a few inside cabins, we have a couple ocean views, and we have a few balcony units. So you don't want to miss it. You want to be with us. 1-800-569-3913, code KEV2021. That's KEV 2021. April 19th through the 23rd, 2021. Come cruise with us. So you've been listening to the news, and Florida has reported 15,000 new cases. I want to say it right. Not just cases, new cases of testing positive today. 15,000. That's more than what New York had at the height of the pandemic. And yet we still have people that are arguing over face masks. We have people that are arguing over what's right, what's wrong. And it's just crazy and asinine at this point in time. Florida is in such a dilemma that mask alone will not prevent the spread of the disease at this time. Florida's governor needs to shut the state down. doesn't, at this particular time, he doesn't need to allow anybody in Florida or out of Florida. They need to start a 21-day quarantine. 15,000 new cases today. Not cases, but new cases. The highest on record to date in one day. Higher than New York at the height of the coronavirus. And we have people that are still on Facebook and everywhere talking about masks don't help. Then you have 45 and his stupidity is coming out against Dr. Fauci and saying that his information has been wrong. What they have done is listed a bunch of things that Dr. Fauci said in the beginning of the pandemic that Dr. Fauci has gone back and corrected. And what is so ironic about it is that no one is talking about the statements that 45 has made in the beginning. Because remember, when the WHO back in the end of November offered him over 500,000 tests, he refused them and said, no, America doesn't need them because we don't have a problem. He said, we only have 1 or 2 cases. Do you not even realize that when he made the statement about using bleach, that there were people who actually not only ingested bleach, but they shot bleach into their arms and died? Did you not watch the news the other night where a father and son was selling a bleach concoction as a cure for the coronavirus? And they were making money. They showed barrels of this concoction that was made out of bleach. It had bleach in it. They were giving it to people to take and to ingest and to put it into their veins intravenously, and people have died. And 45 has the nerve to issue a statement and say Dr. Fauci's information is incorrect. How do these people sleep at night? Welcome to the show. How do these people sleep at night? How will they live with themselves? Did you see the interview with Betsy DeVos? She's saying, send everybody back to school. They're asking her, well, what should they do if a pandemic breaks out in the school? She wouldn't answer that. She just kept saying, our kids need to be in school. Our kids need to be in school. They kept saying, well, if a pandemic breaks out at the school, should they go to distance learning? Well, she said, I can't answer that. I can't say, but I just know our kids need to be back in school. And I'm about to say something that I know is wrong, and you might not agree with me. But sometimes I wish that some of these people who are out here saying these things, that they would catch the corona, their children would catch the corona, their grandchildren would catch corona, so they can shut their mouths. We're about ready to send our children back to school, and we don't know. We keep talking about children have a stronger immunity against the COVID-19. We don't know. I just pray to God really that we don't have any children that will lose their lives because we have idiots making policies, people that are afraid of 45, afraid of losing their positions, afraid of losing their seat in the Senate and the House of Representatives, afraid to stand up and be men and women and do the right thing. I don't understand it. And you have all these people walking around with no mask on, and they're not afraid. And it's just so ignorant. It is so ignorant. 15,000 people today in Florida have tested positive for the coronavirus. 15,000. 15,000. Man, that's crazy. We've been in this pandemic now for months. How is it that there's one person that believes this is a hoax? How is there one person? We had a gentleman, a friend of mine, he became a friend of mine through work. We started together. He started in the same training class as I did. You know, I've been on my job since May 29th because we've been ramping down. I got a call the other day that his sister moved into an apartment complex and had a party. Some people upstairs came to the party. A few people in the complex came. Friends and family came. Several people caught the coronavirus. She got sick on Tuesday. She couldn't breathe Wednesday, went to the hospital. When she got into the hospital, she died. She died. She got sick on a Tuesday. This was last Tuesday. They took her to the hospital Wednesday. When they checked her in the hospital Wednesday, she died. I want you to let that sink in. She died, and she was young. She was in her 20s. She was like 26, 27 years old. And she died. You got all these crazy young people running around saying, oh, we're going to die anyway. But it's not until they get sick that they want to take it serious. When they can't breathe, when their lungs are filled up with fluid and they can't breathe, then they want to take it serious. They want to take it serious when it's too late. They want to take it serious when there's nothing that can be done. When all they have to do is social distance and wear a mask. You see, Florida is in a condition right now where mask alone is not going to help. And some of these other states are in that same predicament. We need to shut it down for a full month. They need to tell everybody, go to the grocery store based upon your zip code, so it's not a panic. Make sure all the grocery stores are piled up with food. And they need to tell people based upon their zip code, tell them what grocery stores they can go to in their zip code. Give them a time to go. Let them get their groceries. Leave and let everybody else do it. They need to do that for like a week and a half. Once everybody has their groceries, they need to put the whole country on lockdown. No one is allowed outside of their yard. Can't go outside. If you go outside in your backyard for a whole month. The reason I say that, the virus has an incubation period of about 10 days. And then it's not until like a week after that that you start having symptoms, if you're going to have symptoms. If you shut everything down for 30 days, after you let everybody get groceries, you shut everything down, the only people that will be in the streets are the police, maybe the National Guard to make sure stores are protected, no one's looting. Shut everything down. And then start letting essential workers go back to work and gradually folding people back into society and the economy. This is the only way that we're going to be able to get control of this situation. It's going to get to a place, if we don't do something about it in the next month or two, we are all going to be under the attack of the coronavirus. This is not to scare you, but it's the facts. We are all going to be under the attack of the coronavirus. And it's spreading like crazy because irresponsible people, ignorant people, Trump people, don't want to see for what it is worth. And they would rather exercise their liberty to prove a point rather than to keep you and I safe. I think that's selfish. I think that's selfish. What are we going to do if we send these kids back to school and kids start dying? Maybe that's what it's going to take. Unfortunately. Maybe it's going to take the kids getting sick and dying before we take this serious. When the nation mourns and weeps because little children are dying. No one of us can say with certainty that kids, because they've already had an 11-year-old die from it, didn't have any underlying conditions. What are we going to do, people? What are you going to do? Are you wearing your mask when you go outside? Are you socially distanced? Or do you have to wait until it's someone in your family, your grandmother, your mother, your brother, your sister, your father, your daughter, your son? Do we have to wait until it's one of them before you get the message? Or maybe it has to be you that suffers for months. Maybe it has to be you that suffers and gets the corona. Maybe. But it's crazy that we even have to go that way. So, we need to get a grip on this. We need to get a grip on it, people! Because it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Well, I'm out of here. I just wanted to come over here and talk to you. Don't forget, April 19th through the 23rd, I only got a few cabins left. $25 deposit per person, $50 per cabin. If you're going to join us, come be with us live on the cruise. Let's have some fun. Till next time, we'll see you.